Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the Vancouver Sevens final. Fiji taking on Argentina. It's going to be an exciting contest, and a stat that I did just see in the last 5 encounters, Argentina have actually won 3 of them. So it does mean that they've got that little tiny bit of an edge, I guess. But then saying that, Fiji, they've got a couple gold medals in their pocket that they can show them if it does come to that. But looking through at Argentina's starting lineup for this game, Jermaine Schultz, Felipe Del Mestre, Rodrigo Isgro. Then it will be Lautaro Bazan Velez. He's been looking pretty good recently. Then Marcos Maneta, the youngster, the star of the Argentine lineup. Then Santiago Verafeld and Tobias Wade. That is the starting lineup for Argentina. Then for Fiji, it is Joshua Vukuruna Billy in there. Elia Kanakai Tavita Dalgunu, Jerry Tawai once again in that lineup, although no sign of Natunu, unfortunately, going to be missing for this game. Then alongside it is Ioane Raturathiri, Rasaku, and Nadawalo, who is still yet to have a game that he plays in that he does not score a try. Since his debut in Singapore, every single time, try after try, and he's going to keep on trying to get Fiji the win in this game. Looking at the benches, Argentina actually got Gaston Raval, their captain, coming off the bench for this game, alongside Luciano Gonzalez, who will really unleash some power and speed at the end of this game. Then for Argentina, for Fiji, Bukayaro is there, and Ioane Teba is another option. And also, do the teams get prize money to win, says Hanoi? I believe surely they get some sort of compensation for playing well, whether that is funding for them, funding for their, I guess, club, or something along those lines. It's very hard to say, but I believe they get some sort of big payday. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, if you had to, you sell the medal. It's worth a bit, I think, with a bit of gold in there. And also Vamos Fiji. And there says Hanoi, and also Vamos Argentina. Says Moro, I doubt anyone would ever sell their medal, though. I should clarify before I do get a whole heap of angry people towards me. But Fiji, for me, they are favourites going into this game. Do let me know who you guys think will be able to win this game. But the Fijians, they are fired up. They get to hear their national anthem. They got to hear it last week, and they were able to be victorious. You can see the tears in the eyes of the Fijians and how much it means to them to be in this final. And hopefully they will be able to deliver. But Argentina, when we talk about tears, passion, probably, to be honest, the two most passionate sides, you'd have to say, in the sevens today, Argentina and Fiji. Gaston Rivon, he's going to be nervous. Or Rivol, I should say. And also Fiji in there from Akanisi. And also we have their Buller in there from Felipe. And also David is here in the tattoo. Passionate teams, great stuff. And neighbours have a room with their TV by families here cheering at home. And 3 families in the house, says Escaroy. So hopefully it does end up going well. And also we've got there Philomena has put, please share the game, brother. Unfortunately, due to licensing, any match footage or audio gets us taken straight off YouTube. But I highly recommend that you check out the World Rugby YouTube channel or also World Rugby's website, because you will be able to see exactly where to watch the game depending on where you are in the world. And also go Fiji go. Says a bell there. And also Fiji will win. Says Rajelia there. This is going to be now the Argentine national anthem. Oh, no, I thought it was finished, but it's just the intro. Now they're doing the talking part. So there's still probably another minute. I feel really bad. I thought that was like just the instrumental version. And then everyone started singing. Go Fiji, go. Says Ben there, but I'm looking forward. Tell you what, we're going to try and predict who's going to score the first try. For me, I'm going Nadawalo just because he seems like safe money from how many tries he has been able to score in the past. It seems like a good option to pick him. But then also Raturathiri, I'm going to say, is another Fijian option. Marcos Maneta for Argentina. Also, that's me. Maim. And then an emotional anthem from both teams. Exactly right. The tears are flowing. Both of these sides want this so badly. And that anthem is awesome. And I suppose because I'm the only one cheering for Argentina on this one, says Escaroy. And also, it's like, hold on. There's a two-parter. This is a two-parter, y'all. And this will be a great match. It certainly will be. And the ball getting run out onto the field. And that is going to be passed off. Oh, no, they actually lift the child up, don't they? And the child is lifted up in the huddle for Fiji, holding the ball high. A moment that they will never forget. And now we are ready to go for this game, the final. Fiji taking on Argentina. And yes, both fabulous anthems, and I love it when they all sing and cry. And as Rodrigo playing, he hasn't played in the sevens for quite a wee while. At the moment, the Fijians, they look concentrated. They look like they are locked in. They're in the zone. Argentina, they'll know that they're going to have to be in a battle. And that little boy on top of the world, what a moment for him. Exactly right. And also we have got there in the chat, Vamos Pumas from Sebastian. And I got there playing with a small child instead of a ball. No, not quite. He did end up getting put back down in the end, luckily. Right, there's going to be a countdown. I can hear the referee. And by the sounds of it, he's a bit Australian for this matchup. Yeah, he is. Jordan Way, I think it is. And who's that kid? Says, I feel like either he won a competition or there'll be some special meaning behind it. Oh, in fact, it's Ruben Keane, a slightly less experienced Australian referee, who will be in charge of this game. We are about to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. Lautaro Bazon Laves going to be kicking off this one for Argentina. Both of these sides, they've been working towards this moment, and Argentina don't kick it 10 to start it off. It's going to be almost a knock-on advantage. Fiji put it into touch, and now it is going to be Argentina who have got the line out from 40 metres out. A little bit of an anticlimax with that ball finding the touchline. And I was like, the ball boy. And there's Karoy as well. Now, Fiji are averaging 21 first-half points per game this weekend. That is an insane stat for them, and they will be able to add to that. Hopefully, the scoreboard, there we go, it has updated, and we are ready to go. 30 seconds left. Fiji have been able to get that one in the line out, and they are just inside of their own 22, working their way across field. It's going to be Rasaku almost able to pierce through that gap. Marcos Maneta asking for a knock-on the ground. The referee declines, and now it is going to be in the hands of the big man, Vakuruna Belly. Nice run forward from, I believe it would have been, I want to say that time it was Davida Del Guno, Giro Tawai. Just dragged down. Hopefully the names roll off the tongue. We've done a lot of talking this weekend, that is for sure. But now around the side once again. Hard shot there in the ribcage. The ball bounces out the side, but it is still on the side of the Fijians. Continuing to build nicely. No look pass out onto the outside. It's going to be down the wing. Oh, he's gone down. Unfortunately for Kanakaivata, but this time the offload of Jerry Tawai slapped backwards by Argentina, and they just had to jump on this ball a metre short of the line. It's a penalty to Fiji. How do they not score from here? Jerry Tawai has to go from back 5 metres out. Not allowed to tap it from only the one. Now passing it across here for Fiji. Good step from Vakuruna Belly. Still just available for them, but Argentina, they'll need to steal this ball sooner, else it could be trouble. That is lowered in. This is surely a try in the corner, and it is going to be Rasaku who does end up scoring it for the Fijians. And also the shouting in the house is getting wild. And there's Aziz Karoy, and also we got the OMG. Here's Katie Dixon, but it is going to be none other than Rasaku who was able to score the opening try. Wish I had gone with him. Every time I say it's going to be someone other than Rasaku, Rasaku scores the first try. Every time I say Rasaku's going to score the first try, guess what? He doesn't. But this time he is. And it's a brilliant one for Fiji. They'll be over the moon. And he was such a gentleman about it. Boop. And there's Katie Dixon. Yeah, putting it down nicely for that one. Achahu. And there from Jack, it's a decent attempt. Unfortunately, going away to the right-hand side. And now Fiji, they will be sitting 5-0 up in this contest up against Argentina. Dream start to the match for Fiji. Two very concentrated coaches here. And the Argentine one looking a little bit less impressed. And Boomers on alert on their offloads. And Buller over the moon. All right, says Jack. Now kicked it deep. It's going to be once again another mistake from Argentina off an ugly bounce. Vakuruna Billy keeps it just in the field of play. I believe that's going to be knocked down by Fiji, but currently Argentina inside of their own end goal area. Fiji let them come out. Now Kanakaivata, good offload there, but Fiji, they're certainly going to have more pace. I feel like there's probably about 2 or 3 players for Argentina that can outrun some of these Fijian fellows, and that would be Marcos Maneta, who needs to get the ball in hand. They haven't been able to find him as of yet, though. Now Rodrigo Isgro goes back across, I should say. Going to be held up by Vakuruna Billy in there. All of these names, I feel like Spanish and Fijian are not 2 languages that are spoken together very often. But Argentina is Marcos Maneta, the man who I said was quick enough. And he's going to score the try. And also that was a bona fide Dane Cole's judo throw. And there says Katie Dixon, but Marcos Maneta scores it. Celebrating that one big time. He is the leading try scorer in this competition. Like they're saying, there was nothing on for them, but then Valles was just able to flick that ball out the back, the wherewithal and the risk to reward for Argentina. It's a brilliant step, and it was their try for Marcos Maneta. And Marcos in there, says Jack, and also try from KG, but nicely done by Marcos Maneta. Like I mentioned, the leading try scorer in this competition has scored 9 in only 6 matches, which is very impressive indeed. But that is going to add the 2 points, and now Argentina is going to have the 7-5 lead. And at the moment, Apelo Maleko, he was on 8. So Marcos Maneta just extending his lead a little bit more in the try scoring department. Ball has been kicked high. Argentina able to swat it back, and they do retain that ball off their own kickoff, which gives them another good attacking opportunity. Now Velez looking for the pass. Oh, Jermaine Schultz, a rare error from that man. It's gone straight through the hands. He can't quite believe it. And that would have been a massive opportunity. But saying that, the pressure of this game, maybe he's got the sweaty palms. Well, this one, they've lost their last 4 cup finals for Argentina. It does haven't come on Fiji. Says EY's there, but Jermaine Schultz just in the fingers holding on to that ball, and it just slips out in the way that he wouldn't have wanted it to. He actually ended up almost getting a pillow on his way down. Someone else rolled the ball to him, and it almost rested underneath his head. Don't know why that was relevant information, but we went with it anyway. Jerry Tawai, currently just out from their own 22. It's a free kick now for Argentina, for Fiji, up to 40 meters out now, Fiji. Now the offload back to the experienced veteran and Jerry Tawai. He has been in more finals than any player around in these current days. It's going to be passed off from Nasaku straight into the hands of the Pumas. And they take it back now, Argentina. Jermaine Schultz on that ball, a lot more grippier than he was for the last one. Great step here. Double in a row for Vetterfeld. Now back across for Argentina. They've got a 3-on-2 here. That was fought, but they are going to keep on going. At this point in time, Argentina, Marcos Maneta finds the offload, drawing past Vetterfeld. Schultz takes it. They just can't quite get over the line around Fiji, but now it's out to Vetterfeld. He goes for the corner, steps on the inside, and that will be the try to Argentina. Oh, he's dropped it backwards, but he still scores it because it went backwards. What a moment that was. So, the gist of that try, he grabbed it, he ran it in, he drops the ball, but because it goes backwards, he then puts the ball down, and it's fine. It bobbled, it went backwards, but because it's gone backwards, it's a try. I mean, the crowd are booing, but ball going backwards equals try, ball going forwards equals knock on. Well, Archie, so there's Hanoi, and I was over there, Joseph in the chat. Yeah, welcome in, mate. That's at the post and come back for Argentina, but that was a little bit of a fumble. Oh, it just hit the knee on the way down. Tell you what, if that was a knock on, that would have been huge for them. And also, what the, and Archie Bargy in there. Another chat from Manu and also Sui, or Sue. I will leave it as in the chat, but currently now we are sitting at halftime. As soon as this one does get kicked off, and this will make the game grow, and Argentina so good for the game. Says Hanoi, it's taken beautifully. Rodrigo is growing now off the Vetterfeld, and Marcos Moneta goes in for his second of the match. He brings up double figures now. And once again, he manages to score the try. And also, thanks for streaming this, man. I've got like a 10 TV sports channel, and none of them is broadcasting the Game Says project. And yeah, see, that's like, that sucks. Because in New Zealand, I know that it's locked behind like a big subscription of Sky, but I'd love for them just stream these games for free on YouTube again. I'll tell you, someone has been messing around with the Ouija board, and this is Gary Dixon and come on 50. There's EYZ, but I do recommend if you have got the World Rugby website, you can check kind of all the countries and what their streaming services are. If you do want one, that one goes out to the side, and that will now be halftime in this game. And a very useful score for Argentina, 17 points to 5. I mentioned earlier on, Fiji in the first half of all of their games so far, they have actually had an average of 21 points. So this is a lot lower than that. And yeah, it was free on YouTube 6 months ago, I think. Says Hanoi there. Yeah, even last week, I think they had the Singapore Sevens on there. So it seems weird that they've just all of a sudden taken away. And also go Fiji, go Tame, Pumas in there. Says Aratima. This is going to be a big old testing moment for the next half of rugby. Because whatever happens here, like at the end of the day, Fiji needs something big for them to have a good chance. Currently, Argentina sitting on 17 points to 5. Argentina backline is fire. It certainly is. Vetterfeld playing brilliantly in this game. And also the ref is bad. And there says Argentina also go Fiji go, says Shabana there. And also, does anyone know where to stream it? Says Aaron, I do recommend the World Rugby YouTube channel normally, but World Rugby's channel, or World Rugby website, they will kind of say which subscription services are available in which countries, but I know that the highlights will be on YouTube afterwards. And also, we've got there, yeah, why would they do that? They can make so much money on streaming on YouTube, just monetize and run ads. There's also Scotty Dixon, exactly. Sponsorships in between. If they have got any Amanita with the speed or got the speed, certainly doesn't. Vamos Puma, says Brian, and also there was clearly knock on, says Eleanor. I assume we're talking about the one that went over the try line, but the reason it wasn't called as a knock on was because he was actually facing backwards and it did come off the knee. So if he was knocking it on forwards, would have been a no try every day of the week, but because they decided that it did actually roll backwards, that is why it is going to be counted as a try. It's probably one of the more controversial ways of seeing a try, though, unfortunately. And he was facing backwards. His temperature is like 8 degrees, so a little bit cold for yourself. By the sounds of it, bloody cold in Canada, that is true. And now, the next sevens that we will get to see is also taking place from Canada, and that will be for the women's side of things. And referee is so biased. The try by Argentina was a lost forward. It's a no try, says and there as well. But yeah, I think they did decide, the TMO as well, everyone agreed that because it went backwards off the guy, like if he had dropped it forwards or if we were playing any sport such as American football, that would be called as a fumble. But because it did end up going slightly backwards, they did end up calling it as still the try. But now Fiji, they look like they're about to fight their way back into this. But Corona Billy, it's knocked on. Would it be deliberately? Double blow of the whistle, and now Argentina are going to go down to 6 men. He was begging the ref. He was like, please don't send me off. But the Argentina, he is going to be off the field now for the next 2 minutes. And that's Tobias Wade. Go, Fiji, go, says Luciana. Currently, Fiji, they will have a man advantage. This next 2 minutes could shape the game. If they get 2 quick tries here, they are right back in it. And they'll have a good opportunity to be able to go on and win it and defend the gold medal. Come on, that shouldn't be a yellow. You didn't mean it as well, says Karoi. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the way the rule book's written. They do say any attempt of a deliberate knock-on, or if you don't actually get it in your hands, then they do give it as one there as well. But currently now about to be going once again here for Fiji, sitting 6.5 minutes left. Come on, Argentina, says Adrian. Go, Argentina, go. And that's it. But Jerry Tawai about to feed this man, feed the ball, and I should say give the man a card. And the second cup final between Fiji and Argentina, first time in 137 tournaments. Jeez. That is huge. But Jerry Tawai now going off the back. It's nicely done by Fiji. They've got the space on the outside. Now it's going to be the quick, elusive speed. Looking, finds the offload. And Jerry Tawai scores. And they have been able to get themselves straight back in. And there's still 1.5 minutes left of this yellow card. And also does Argentina. All the family hating me because I'm cheering for Argentina. Go Pumas, go, says Sebastian. And also go Fiji, go, says Jotame. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated, you guys all being here. And at the moment, Jerry Tawai fires it wide. And it was just nicely done by Rasa, who found the offload back up to Tawai, scores the try. And Fiji have been able to get just a little bit further back into this contest. An important kick here. It was going to be tough, but it does go away to left-hand side, and that is going to make the score 17 points to Argentina, 10 to Fiji. Go Messi. And this is Jack, and also go Fiji. Go, says Sola. And also go Messi. Go, and also go Messi. And there says Argentina. Oh, sorry, that was actually Jack. I did say that, but now kicked off once again. Fiji still have a man advantage for the next 40 seconds of this game. Raval driven nicely backwards down to his 22. Now Vetterfeld finding the offload once again to Del Mestre. Oh, he's lost the ball forward. He's hit the ref with it, and they're going to have to go back. It's hit the ref in the... Okay. It was lost forward first, and then it ended up hitting the referee. So wait, he kicked it into the referee. This is going to be some more controversy because that ball did not touch the ground for Argentina, but you would say it was stripped. So because of that, it does count as a knock on. And I was like, go Jimmy, go. Says Betty Wing, and also regularly, let's go Tawai. Says Rapati, and he will be loving the support of the Fijian supporter base for this one. But now the ball is actually going to be on the side of Argentina. That is due to the fact that they did consider it as not a knock on, which is an interesting one. They've got the scrum advantage now, and it's going back for the penalty to Argentina, right? Okay, that's a bit cool because I've always thought that even if you kicked it, if you've lost control of it and then it's touched the opposition, that becomes a knock on. But for now, Wade will be making his way back out there and rock 'em, sock 'em referees. I hope Germany wins this. And the TMO says Jack for that one as well. But currently now it is going to be a Raval. Looks like he is about to take the quick tap, the experienced veteran of Argentina versus the experienced veteran and Jerry Tawai. Now hanging on to that ball with one hand. Vetterfeld goes off to Del Mestre. Ripping the ball that time, Fiji. This time it's a knock-on advantage. And that one, Wayne, now it's a knock-on advantage to Argentina. That knock-on advantage lasted about 2 meters backwards. And now it's a penalty to Argentina. This is interesting, to say the least. Seems like the advantages are not lasting very long at all in this game, but it's a nice stellar dummy for Argentina. Now Jermaine Schultz goes back across. And the Los Bombers, they have got this ball. She said it. There was a man handler now. It's a bit high for them. And now still going to be available for Argentina, going for the grubber in behind. And that will be going right back for the penalty. I believe someone else was down, but 3.5 minutes left here. And also we got them at Moldito. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. But welcome in to the live stream. Hope you are doing well. We're in the second half of this game currently. And it seems that Argentina, they have got the momentum currently as we are sitting. Argentina looking for their third win in this 15 appearances that they've had in a final, I believe it would be. But now Argentina, they've got the option to kick it for the touchline here. They've gone for the scrum option now for Argentina, but 3 minutes left on the clock. Still time for Fiji and also Argentina. And also see, and it says, Gabrielle, welcome into the live stream. Hope you are doing well. Anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are, at the end of the day, going to be covering all of the sevens that we can on the channel. And it is going to be the next one taking place. It is the women's sevens in about 14 days in Canada. It's when it is taking place. And then we will be doing the New Zealand and the men's, the men's and the women's sevens that is coming up at Argentina. Here's Escaroy. The ball is going in for Raval. Now firing it out the back, still 7-on-7 at this current point in time. Good work from Argentina with the ball security, keeping it on their side. Now it's going to be Marcos Maneta. Tries to break the tackle. He gets back up to his feet. Someone's got to tackle him. It's an offload off to Del Mestre. And he scored the try for Argentina. And that is another one. And Tosovetti in there. Says Keegan, but that is nicely done by Argentina. Now Fiji are going to be under even more pressure to get themselves the next try in the match. And Tosovetti says so. And also can Fiji come back? It's all going to come down to whether this kick goes over. If this kick goes over, I would say it's going to be extremely tough. But if this kick misses, there's still a chance for Fiji. This will be a very important kick. Marcos Manete, he wasn't held. He gets back to his feet. He finds the offload, and we kind of pushed him right over the try line. And there's here's Katie Dixon, but it is another try for Argentina, kicking it beautifully. And it goes over. So now Argentina, they are up by 14 with 2 minutes left on the clock. Go Argentina. Says Escaroy. Looks like Marcos Maneta. His night is over. Or I think he got the one that scratched him right down the kneecaps, which would have been the one from the artificial turf. Great take from Argentina. And now they have got this ball back. Rodrigo Isgro was able to win it there for a side. Now waiting for it. Like they're saying, Argentina, so long since they have been able to hold a title. The backline movement, Jermaine Schultz, going to be wrestled down to the ground. Jerry Tawai, unable to turn the ball over. Argentina, 1.5 minutes left. If they get the try here, you'd have to say it's game over for the Fijians, but they get straight on the ball. Oh, the referee didn't go for it. He was about to blow the penalty. Decides against it in the end. And now flicked out the back. It's going to be to Raval. Now one more into the hands of Rodrigo Isgro. Couple more steps here for him. 5 meters out. 2 meters now, and it's almost that time it is a penalty to Fiji, and Fiji just lost their mojo. And that's us, Toby, and also we've got there, I think Argentina might just win this in there. It says it was from Novman, but currently Isgro down in the back play, so Argentina only playing with 6 men. Fiji, if they want a chance of winning this game, they need to go the length of the field twice. But this one, as long as they go over before the full-time siren, they will be able to have one last attacking opportunity. It's gone backwards. This time he's going to be attacked. Or not attacked, sorry, tackled. But that is another try for Argentina. And that is going to be the title for Argentina. Marcos Maneta is ecstatic. Felipe Del Mestre, 2 in this match he's been able to score. And it's his first time Argentina wins a tournament. It's their first one in 119 tournaments that they've been able to win. And Argentina controlling the game. And also would not have picked this at all, but Matamor a second leading point scorer. Is he? For the Rebels, that is pretty impressive. I had no idea that he would be, I guess, up there as well. But Tosaviti in there says Cirillo. That is going to be now. I believe they've still got time for one final play in this game of Vamos a Plaputa. And it says it was Nicholas, but Argentina, they are absolutely loving this. It is massive for them. And Vamos. And there says Marcos. And also go Fiji, go, says Avia. And also Sevens are so unpredictable. Exactly right. You never know what's going to happen. Currently now, one last kickoff. And Fiji can score the last try, says Jack. And I feel like that is exactly what Fiji will be wanting. I mean, I almost predicted the score. I just predicted it around the wrong way. I actually predicted this game 33 points to 12 in favor of Fiji. And while RGs have come and said Fiji try harder next time. And now that's going to be going into Dutch on the full, does it? No, it doesn't. And that is going to be the end of the competition. Argentina, the Los Pumas, Luciano Gonzalez just can't quite believe it. Argentina champions. And there says Sebastian and Go Fiji. And there says Sinamiri. And also referee one side. And there says Luciana. There were a couple that even I was wondering about. And that's the thing. Normally, I'm very much so impartial for it. So it does seem a little bit rough at times. But Argentina, they won this one by 19 points, which is very impressive. And ref has marked the game so many euros by Argentina, but ref overlooked it. And it says I'm there. And also the Spanish celebration. And they will be cheering from ear to ear here at the Vancouver Sevens. So it's massive for them winning on a Canadian soil. And I think congratulations, Argentina, says they're exactly right. And at the end of the day, we know Fiji's going to be good and they're going to continue. They'll learn from this experience and they'll come back probably stronger than ever, which is a scary sight for everyone else. And that's currently, I mean, there were a couple ones. That one that did have the knock on that they kind of straight away lost the advantage, even though they went backwards, I thought was a bit questionable. But other than that, Argentina, they still were able to get themselves a 19-point win. So it was very impressive from Las Pumas. And also, yes, Vamos Pumas, or Vamos Argentina, says Project. And the chat there. But the emotion on the face, I see it when we have refs like this in the game, the rugby, it just makes Fiji's game up. Says there. And also now Hamish can do his editing. That is true. Although George is going to be coming on. It was an obvious knock on from Argentina. Although that one at the try, I believe, did end up going backwards. So I can understand why they ended up calling that one a try, but there were the other ones that were a bit more interesting. I guess you could say Argentina really outplayed Fiji, even Akaviti. And there as well says Karoi, but Argentina, they are going to be able to win themselves the HSBC Sevens in Vancouver. Fiji, they will be back in the next one. They're going to be exciting. I see that Raval, he has definitely had some of that artificial turf rub up across his arm because it was cut badly. Vamos Argentina. And now Fiji needs a big catch-up if they want to win the series. And also we have got there Sebastian and the chat with the happy one. But Argentina at the moment, they are celebrating. They are throwing, I believe it's water up in the air. I don't think they quite have the alcohol out just yet as your throat sore. It's not too bad overall. I've been talking quite a bit, but it still feels decent at the moment. But Raval gets picked up. That's the thing. Raval in his lifetime, this will be his only Sevens title perhaps. So it's absolutely huge for him to be able to get that one with such a young side. Del Mestre had a blinder, actually scoring his first try of the competition and then scoring another one on top of that. Manu has said learning point for Fiji. Exactly right. Still a young side for Fiji, but this was the first game that we did not see Noduvalo score a try. Every other game since his debut, he has scored one. This time, it just wasn't quite the day. Santiago Gomez Cora, the head coach of Argentina, he is in tears at the moment. And what a show, 10 out of 10 and happy. And there says Christina, and also big score, says Jack, for this one. But yeah, I think the big thing is it is going to be talked about a little bit. I have a feeling, but it was an interesting choice. I thought the referee, overall, he had a couple interesting ones, but it's probably, I don't want to say it's so much as his fault, but having a referee who's only had 12 caps in a Sevens competition ref a final is a big call compared to someone who's got like 180 caps for refereeing. It's a game. One will win, the other will lose. Congratulations, Argentina. Exactly right. And at the end of the day, Argentina, they were just too good in this game, able to get themselves 29 points in this one compared to the 10 of Fiji. And LFG says Nightcrawler. And also we have got there, thank you, Fiji, says Ratu. But nonetheless, we are close to the end of this live stream, ladies and gentlemen. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It is hugely appreciated. You guys all being our Argentina too good. Says Jack, exactly right. They played extremely well. Marcos Maneta getting himself the 2 tries, and he is the leading try scorer of the competition now. And thank you all very much for tuning in. We will be back for more sevens in the future. Also, be sure to check out the Kiwi Lads one. As Sevens Rugby is interesting when different teams win. It's anyone's game, exactly right. Let's go Argentina. Says Lataro there. It's an interesting game to watch. Thank you, Team Fiji. Are you still the best in Sevens Rugby? Says Yabaki. And that one as well. But yeah, they did play well, Fiji, throughout this tournament. This one wasn't their day, but they will be back. They will be stronger than ever. And they will be a side to watch out for in the future as well. Thanks, Kiwi Lads. Says Jack, no worries at all. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the Kiwi Lads Sport in the pinned comment. And I will see you all for the next one.